Elder gods, please tell me, are they worthy? Have they behaved? Tell me. The elder gods have spoken. So what we're gonna need for the bow tie setting, I highly recommend only using half round wire. You're gonna want to cut 6-7 inches, 2 pieces. I'm using 21 half round wire. If you would like to know where I got this wire, I got it from realgrand.com. Google it. It's a very popular site for jewelers and enthusiasts who share the same passion. Very high quality material and many other things too. Alright, so the half round, get it nice and flat, just like that. So we got to make a left and a right piece, and then what happens is we put them together and then tie them, which creates the setting. Let me see. One sec. Maybe that's a little better. We'll start with the left side. 3-4 inches from the bottom over here. We're gonna make it do a nice U. Okay? Very gentle curve. Now what's gonna happen is that up here it's gonna wanna flare out. Oops. It's gonna wanna flare out. Take your pliers and we're just gonna flatten it so that the flat side stays completely flat and the half round stays completely half round. So depending on the size of the crystal, I have really small gems, so I gotta make this the tightest U. So that's good for now. Not too shabby. So this is the part that sits on top of the crystal. That's gonna lay on top. Now this part is going to go underneath the one side. So now we make another U, but going in that direction. And you know, judging based on the size of your crystal is how big you should make these. So this is only my 3rd time, and you know, it comes out pretty rough, but it holds pretty sturdy once you tie it all together. So if you can see that, that's a little too much coming back this way, so I need to have it a little bit closer. So this should only go back just a hair, and then under the crystal. Okay, so that's pretty rough. I don't know if you guys can see that, but it's a little rough. That's okay, because we are just gonna keep moving on. So this is where your gem sits on the right side. So based on the size of the crystal, you're gonna make the loop around and then mirror this side. So we gotta make, I've been making them pretty big and sitting my oval crystals pretty nicely, but just the regular round ones are a little tough just because I can't really get the shape right. So that's where the gem sits, comes back up to the top, and now we're going to make another U like this one, but go in the opposite way. So maybe the pliers would be handy. Just a gentle squeeze. See that? The half round's going to want to flare. That's alright, because we can just grab it, bend it back flat. So it should look something like that. You can go ahead with your pliers, get in there, tweak it a little bit. Alright, so that's what I got right now. I'm going to fit an oval in there, an oval gemstone. It's a little rough, but like I said, it's only my third time doing it, so I'm just going to keep it moving. And yeah, I'll show you guys the other one I made. I did a video for this one too, but it was just all out of focus, so I'm doing it again. So there's got to be adequate space in between this setting and the next one. So that's what we're going to do now. So now we got to do another one of these bends on this next section. So I'm just going to hold it flat. I'm going to do, since this is the right side, it's going to go to the right again. Alright, so there's that. I did the right bend, or a bend to the right, and then I did another bend going down and under where the gem sits, and now I'm going to go back up and make another loop, doing the same thing that we just did before. It goes straight, down under, over, up top, over, gives it that space, and then repeats itself again. So we got the right side done. Let's do the left side. So same thing, just going to the left. I encourage you to try doing it without watching me, and use your mental brain power to mirror what you just did here. Okay? We're just mirroring the other side. There's really nothing to this part. And then you can put them next to each other just to gauge where your next bends should be. So you hold them next to each other just like that. Right. So now we got the left side and the right side. If we wanted to do more, go ahead, but I just wanted to get the two down, and then, you know, later on I'll progress as I get better at making these. I'll add more. I've seen people do a lot more and it looks really incredible. So if you want to try it out, you know, just go for it. So it's upside down. Now we have the left and the right, and then the gem sits in there. So now we're going to tie these two together. I think 26 gauge wire would be really, really good for this. It's a bit thicker than 28, so it'll be a little bit stronger and sturdier, and you'll actually need less wraps around. Hey Prince, you want a cameo? Prince. Alright, so we're going to take our 26 gauge wire, if you got it, 28 gauge also works, and we are going to tie one end down. So I recommend 4 to 5. Makes it nice and secure. Clip off the excess on the underside. I think I was just out of frame. We'll be alright on this part. Clip the excess on the other side. And now for the gem placement. You could tell I made them pretty damn long this way, and they're a little wide, so I'm going to try with my oval stones again. Alright, so we're going to gently pull them apart, see if it fits, which it looks like it does. That's not too shabby. I like it. And then now we are going to tie down the middle section right here, which is going to tie it shut. I recommend maybe with the 26 gauge, I would imagine maybe 3 to 4 times. 28 gauge, it's going to be 5 to 6 or 5 to 7, whatever you're comfortable with. Clip off the excess, make sure it gets tucked underneath. Clip off the excess on the underside, tighten it down, and now your first stone is set. And now we set the second stone, which is a little bent out of shape. We're going to try and get a stone around the same size. So gently pull it apart, gently place the stone within the setting. Alright, so it looks like I gotta open it up a little bit more in the back. Fits pretty okay. It's not the best and most even. I think this side is shorter than the other side, but once we tie it down, we can take our pliers and even it out a little bit. You just gotta be really careful. So on this piece, we're gonna tie it down 5 to 6 times again. Clip the excess, keep it nice and clean, tucking it on the undersides. Now you have your bow tie setting.